Again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Good morning. Welcome to the Think Tank. I have to say, Mexi, I love my intro. Like, Chooch, that's every time we get to that part where Chooch says, Welcome to the Think Tank. It puts a smile on my face right away. Oh my goodness. So what the hell was happening in Pennsylvania? Like, isn't this where Coburger's from? Is the same state? Like, what the hell do they grow out there? This is insane what they do. Just insane. So Justin Mohn is a Pennsylvania man, and he's been arrested for deleting his dad and then showing the results online. So obviously this got everybody's attention, and he took off and headed for another government facility where he was planning on raising more ish. So from what I gather from all the paperwork, he had just lost in last July. He was trying to sue the government for $10 million. I've got the paperwork. We'll probably take a look at a little bit of it. One document is like I think it's like 450 pages. It breaks down everything, every expense that he was having, a lot of info. So I've got his arresting documents, and then we've got some articles. One's his timeline, and just basically some information on this character, because what the actual hell? It's craziness. It really, really is. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of that, and it's all I thought was, what the frick is wrong with you, man? Like, wow. And I think we'll learn some stuff through this stream about him that it's just like, are you flipping kidding me already? So we'll probably look at documents first. Let's just see which is the best way to do this. Okay, we'll try it this way. All right, so no, thank you. Justin Mohn, Levittown deleting timeline, everything that led up to the things that happened. Lizzie, you're okay. You're a survivor.
With features you won't find on CRV, RAV4, or 4.
It's okay. She's losing her ish over there. Not quite sure why. That's okay.
Involving a gruesome murder in Bucks County, where police say a man was beheaded by his son. Now, we do want to warn you, some of this is disturbing. Middletown Township Police identifying the suspect as 32-year-old Justin Mohn, and the victim, his father, is 68-year-old Michael Mohn. Police were called to the home around 7 last night, and that's when court documents say officers made the horrific discovery of the victim's head in a pot. Mohn was arrested more than 100 miles away. And Chris, that was after police say he posted a shocking video on YouTube.
That's right, Sheba, that 14-minute video taped manifesto. Justin Mohn called himself a militia leader, asking for the murder of federal judges and employees. We've been poring over court documents. We've been looking at police records to get a clear picture of what led up to the grisly murder of his father and his arrest 2 hours away. And again, some of the details may be difficult to hear. The arrest affidavit shows the wife of 68-year-old Michael Mohn left the Middletown Township home at 2 p.m. Tuesday. It was about 3 hours later, Justin Mohn posts that gruesome 14-minute video showing the decapitated head of his father and appearing to read a script calling for the murder of federal employees and the media. 6:59 p.m. 911 is called when Mohn's wife returns home to find her husband found dead in the bathroom along with a machete and large kitchen knife. Mohn's severed head was found in another room. As police immediately started their search for Justin Mohn, news of the decapitation stunned this Levittown. As police immediately started their search for Justin Mohn, news of the decapitation stunned this Levittown neighborhood.
Oh, I can't.
Thank you.
You know.
So what I was saying, thank you. This guy, we have to be super, super diligent on what is going on around us. There is so much twisted stuff going on out there that just be aware. Just be aware. This guy obviously kept it within his family, but with that said, I don't think that's where it was going to stay.
I
Thank you,
really
Mexi.
can't understand it. Yeah, I do get emotional. That's why I didn't even watch the video. I don't need to.
9 p.m., Mohn's cell phone is pinged and his car is found by local police outside the gates of Fort Indiantown Gap National Guard Base in Lebanon County. Just 25 minutes later, his phone pinged again, this time from inside the base. Police say he climbed the perimeter fence but was located and arrested without incident. He had no prior history with the National Guard.
He complied with the officer's verbal requests. And was taken into custody. He was armed. He had a firearm on him.
4 a.m. Wednesday, Mohn was brought back to Bucks County to face first-degree murder charges of his father. We've learned the 32-year-old graduated from Penn State in 2014 with a degree in agribusiness. He also represented himself filing a lawsuit against the federal government over student loan debt. The case was dismissed multiple times. The YouTube video Mohn posted was viewed more than 5,000 times before being taken down. And tonight, Mohn remains in the Bucks County Jail without bail. He is scheduled in front of a judge for his preliminary hearing on February 8th, guys.
All right, Chris O'Connell, thank you very much. And we'll continue following this investigation with updates on air, online.
So, yeah, by the looks of things, he did. He had a big beef. He had a big beef. And he does. He looks very, very pleased with himself, doesn't he? Like, oh my God. I don't know if I got that one or not. This was him during his live. This is part of that rant. So this is his mom and dad. Very pleased with himself, doesn't he? And I don't know what he's doing here. I found this, and it's like, so what are you doing? I want to know. U.S. man allegedly does that to his father and calls for things going against federal employees on YouTube. Yeah, just wonderful. Oh my word, guys. Sorry. Let me get settled here. No, will not make it on American Idol. So let's take a look. Let's take a quick look at his arrest document. So the docket. Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Justin Mohn. Judge Charles D. Jones arresting agency with the Middletown Township Police Department in Bucks County, and this is January 31st, 2024. Case status is inactive. Again, it gives the date of the incident. Mohn, his birthday is on November 4th, 1991. Hometown of Levittown. Advised of his rights to apply for counsel, no. Public defender requested, no. Application provided for appointment of public defender, no. Has a defendant been, no. Arresting officer, Jacob E. Gallagher, and the defendant, Justin Mohn. Charges, M in the first degree, abuse of an unalive person. Okay, what does this say? Possible instrument of crime. Can't make that out. So it gives the attorney information. Bucks County District Attorney's Office. Gives the address. Counselor status active. So, yeah. Unreal, guys. Let's take a look at this here. Chop Chop! Hello, Chop Chop! Good to see you. So Justin Mohn sought to mobilize National Guard after doing that to his dad and called for deleting of the feds. Totally sane individual. Oh my word, what do they grow in Pennsylvania? So he allegedly used something to delete his father, then did stuff to the remains, and then holding the, how would you put that without getting in trouble? Results of his actions on YouTube video and urging others to be also against federal agents, I guess is the best way to put it right now. Let's take a look here. This is neighbor of
across America, be peace.
Neighbor speaks out after Pennsylvania man was arrested for what he did and charged with M. You know, the YouTube rules. Got to talk a little baby talk. So what the heck? It says add one of one. Let's do this. They can be so long, some of these.
He just started acting funny over the summer. I made a couple calls to the police department because he was sitting right there on that culvert thing, staring at my house constantly. So I thought that's kind of strange, you know. And Saturday he walked by here smelling like weed. And my son smelled it and he walked by. And that was the last time we seen him. But through the summer, about 4 times I had a call. The police, he would leave, you know, when they came.
Did he ever say anything to you?
No, just hi. One time he said hi to me. That was it.
Did you feel threatened, or you just thought it was?
No threatened. But it's just weird for somebody to stay seated right there, staring straight at my house. And then when I would come home, he would just move. Weird.
So wouldn't that be freaky having that guy sitting there staring at you all the time? Oh, God, no. No, go, buddy. It's okay.
It's weird. It's, you know, it's like you're in a really nice residential neighborhood. All my neighbors are great people. I mean, they're all, we all watch over each other, and it's sad that, just something wrong. He had a problem, maybe. Somebody should have confronted him. Not saying he's right.
So how long? This has been going on for a while. This court case where they're saying the neighbor's saying he started going a little weird in the summer. That's when it was the end. They basically came out with that case. He was trying to get $10 million from the government. It was in July that they were like, yeah, no, you don't know. You don't win. You don't get $10 million from us. And it's interesting to me to see that is about the time that he started acting out. I figured that was probably the catalyst, but it's interesting to hear their take as
I'm
well.
not saying he's wrong, but it should never happen like that. That's he should have got some kind of help. That's how I feel about it.
I totally screamed. Like somebody sent the video and I opened the video and I was like, oh my God, that's the guy that, I see every day, that I knew something, something was unhinged with him. So I couldn't believe it.
I bet. That's not something that you would really expect to have to deal with going through your day, and it looks like a nice area, it's mental illness, money, no money. It's not selective. It can be anybody with this type of illness. Let's see here. Justin Mohn, Levittown leader, investigators shared disturbing new details about the suspect. You posted a new story on Discord about this case, friend. Good to see you, Chopper. Good to see you, Carrie, Dandy, Mexi, all. Everybody else, Charlotte. And the ones that are just lurking, good morning, good morning. So, okay, Justin Mohn, Levittown leader, investigators share disturbing new details about what he did. Okay, so with this, I don't know what's to be expected. So if it gets to a point where I'm not comfortable with it, I'll shut it down. Yes, please, let's skip.
New details developing tonight surrounding the Bucks County murder suspect accused of killing and beheading his own father and the moments and days leading up to this horrific crime. Officials also sharing what they say his next plans were and what he told his followers to do. It's a story we want to warn you. Some of the details are difficult to hear. And Jeff, a lot of new disturbing information.
Yeah, we heard from the district attorney today. We learned today, Dawn, that Justin Mohn had no diagnosed history of mental health issues and that he bought a gun the day before allegedly shooting his father to death. And once again, we want to warn our viewers these issues can be hard to hear. A police cruiser idles in the driveway of the Mohn family's Levittown home on a gray Friday at the end of a dismal week. In the county courthouse, the DA faces cameras to detail what's known of the brutal slaying of Michael Mohn, allegedly at the hands of his son.
It was determined that Michael Mohn suffered.
Allegedly at the hands of his son.
It was determined.
It's known of the brutal cameras to Deeptown home on a gray Friday at the end of a dismal week. In the county courthouse, the DA faces cameras to detail what's known of the brutal slaying of Michael Mohn, allegedly at the hands of his son.
It was determined that Michael Mohn suffered a gunshot wound to his head and then was subsequently dismembered, and that the mechanism was the use of a knife to sever limbs and tendons, and then ultimately a machete to sever her spinal column.
It was Tuesday evening at 7 when police were called to the two-story home.
So major trigger warning, guys. I know almost everybody has either seen it already or have heard about it. But at the same time, I just want to put out these trigger warnings because it's disturbing. It's very disturbing.
To find the 68-year-old's body in the bathroom with his severed head in a nearby bedroom wrapped in saran wrap set in a cooking pot. After his 32-year-old son, Justin, posts video on YouTube railing against the federal government and lifting his father's head to the camera, his cell phone is tracked to the National Guard Training Center at Fort Indiantown Gap, where he's arrested on the base.
The defendant stated he went to Fort Indiantown Gap in an effort to mobilize the PA National Guard to raise arms against the federal government.
Investigators say Mohn legally bought his Sig Sauer pistol at this Croydon gun shop the day before he shot his father. A store worker had no comment. The DA says he has no diagnosed history of mental health issues, and police report no contact with him last year beyond his former employer calling to complain.
Now, this guy, he went through jobs like we go through socks.
Of erratic behavior, police did not pay him a visit.
There was concern over, I guess, what Justin was writing, some novels that he was writing, but we did not have contact with him after that.
So they're calling it a manifesto, whatever it is that he wrote down.
Asked if she knew why Mohn brutally attacked his dad, the DA refused comment, but clearly expecting an insanity defense argues he knew exactly what he was doing.
This individual was acting with clear mind, aware of his actions, and proud of his consequences.
That is the argument the DA or her supporters will obviously make when a likely insanity defense is raised on Mr. Mohn's behalf. The DA also said today that Justin Mohn wanted to have some contact with Governor Shapiro, hoping that he would join forces with him. Mohn is being held without bail tonight. The police chief here saying that members of his family met last night with the department's victim advocate. Live here in Middletown Township at the police department, I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News, Dawn.
So, yeah. Unreal. Yeah, he did. He did like a 15-minute video on YouTube holding on to like, yeah, 5 hours. How many people seen that, eh? Unreal. So let's take a look over here for a second. Oh, my bad. My bad. So this is basically the end result of something that was going on for a long time versus Justin Mohn versus United States of America, U.S. Attorney's Office. He was after the federal government wanting $10 million. So here it says, and now this 31st day of July 2023, upon plaintiff paying the filing fee required to proceed with this case after moving for our recusal, finding no basis, allowing a reasonable person to conclude my impartiality might be reasonably questioned or otherwise find a personal bias, knowledge, or financial interest of the parties, and for the reasons in today's accompanying memorandum, it is ordered plaintiff's motion to recuse is denied. So, like I said, I've got one document. It is like 400 and some pages long. And I've gone through it a little bit. It's a lot of sounds like it was a student loan, and he's basically saying that it screwed up his credit because he couldn't pay for it. And then through the documents I was looking at, he had a fair amount, like had a comfortable amount of money. He was applying at marijuana stores. He was spending money on that. And they just looked at his expenses through all of this paperwork I looked at. And they're like, pay your bills. And I don't think he liked the end result. It sounds like it was that summer that he started to go a little bit wiggy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this guy was obviously giving off signs. You know, if the neighbors are noticing things, it's just like, oh my God. Let's see here. Let's see what we got going on. Bucks man arrested Tuesday.
York County. Fox was shot and killed after an encounter with law enforcement at a gas station in York County. Fox 43's Ryan Yee joins us with the latest details and reaction from the community.
Yeah, Marshall, confusion and
I don't think that's it. Okay. Let me. Yes! I heard that Sarah Boone fired her attorney again. Okay, I am going to. I find this interesting too. Just let me bump it up for you guys. I'll just bump it up. All righty. Justin Mowing, who showcased fathers on YouTube video, had clear mind, the DA said.
I knew something, something was unhinged with.
Okay, I thought it was still gonna have music.
I totally screamed. Somebody sent the video and I was like, oh my God, that's the guy that, I see every day, that I knew something, something was unhinged with him.
So yeah, he does look rather proud of himself. This story contains graphic descriptions of, and maybe offensive to some readers. Officials say a Pennsylvania man who police say his dad and then held in a video posted to YouTube while calling for public of government employees knew what he was doing. Justin Mohn acted with clear mind, aware of his actions, and proud of his consequences. Bucks County District Attorney Jennifer Shorn said at a press conference on Friday, "It's evident to us that he was of clear mind in his purpose and what he was doing," Shorn said. "That's an important fact to us in his prosecution." On Tuesday evening, authorities were called to Levitt Town home of 32-year-old Mohn after his mother discovered the father in the bathroom on the first floor. Levittown is a suburb about 25 miles northeast of Philadelphia's center. Other officers found the head wrapped in plastic inside of a large pot. Weapons, a large kitchen in the bathtub, according to court documents. Justin Mohn faces charges of first-degree possession of an instrument of crime, and abuse of that. In a grisly 14-minute video posted on YouTube on Tuesday evening, Justin Mohn held up a plastic bag in a video titled, well, this is what he was wanting right there. He was calling for arms for American patriots. He called himself the commander of America's national network of Isha, also now known as Mohns Alicia, and called for patriots across the U.S. to publicly do things to government employees for betraying their country. His father, who worked for the federal government for 20 years, is now in hell for eternity, Justin Mohn said in this video. Michael Mohn was 68 years old, an employee of the Army Corps of Engineers. Justin Mohn also doxed the home address of a federal judge and put a on the heads of federal government employees while he targeted employees of the federal government. His threats did not apply to state government employees. The posted video online by Mohn racked up more than 5,000 views before YouTube removed it. It's quite horrifying how many views we understand it had before it was taken down. Authorities said Justin Mohn fled the scene in his father's white Toyota Corolla to Fort Indiantown Gap, around 100 miles from the site of the large National Guard training center. He drove the vehicle through the center's barricades, climbed up a barbed wire fence. Local police were able to track him by pinging his phone and did arrest him without incident. Upon his arrest, he told officers he went to the center in an attempt to convince the National Guard to take up arms against the federal government. He also indicated that he wanted to speak to Governor Shapiro to join forces with him. She said, referring to Government Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. Seriously, I've said it a couple times. Like, what the hell are they eating out there? Justin Mohn was also with a 9mm, missing one round. And of course, that was the one that he used on his father. Photo provided by Bucks County District Attorney Office shows Justin Mohn, 32, following his arrest in the connection with the death of his father on Tuesday. All righty. Mohn legally purchased the gun one day before this incident. Justin Mohn legally purchased a firearm the day before that. He handed over a medical M card, so Mary Jane card, so that he would be eligible to legally own this item. A fact that Shorn says shows his clear state of mind in planning what happened. Scorn said Justin Mohn has no history of diagnosed mental health issues. Okay, an autopsy of the elder Mohn found that he was damaged in the head before anything else happened. Middletown Township Police, who had documented interactions with Justin Mohn, Chief Joseph Barbarilla, said at the press conference the first occurrence in 2011 when police were called over an argument between the then 19-year-old and someone in his driveway. 2019, Barbarilla said that Justin Mohn called the police to report threats from an employee at the insurance company Progressive, where he previously worked at a Colorado Springs office. He did not last long with his employers. In 2017, he sued the insurance company for an S-based discrimination after his application for a copywriter job was denied. According to court documents, Progressive later claimed him on leave of absence after he kicked open a door, a decision that he claimed also constituted discrimination. Justin Mohn published books on Amazon and released albums. He released 2 musical albums in 2017 and 2018 titled The Story of Humanity and Color Funky and Rado, according to Facebook page. His Amazon page has since been taken down. Identified him the author of 7 books, one entitled Alberta's Coming. Oh, yeah. Just not mentally right. I'm not saying that he didn't know what he was doing. I'm just thinking that his thinker was like, what? His life story is unbelievable, and there may not be enough words to describe him, but one may begin to understand his complexity and experiences through his art, the page stated. He only wishes to bring positive change to the world. Court records show Justin Mohn sued the federal government twice in the last 2 years over student loans that he took out to earn a bachelor's degree in agribusiness management from the Pennsylvania State University in 2014. In the first lawsuit, he blames affirmative action laws as now costing him job opportunities as an overeducated white man, according to a court memo. Both claims were dismissed. U.S. Court Judge Mark A. Kearney for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania wrote in an opinion dismissing the second suit that a federal government is immune from Justin Mohn's claim of fraud against the government over his student loans. The first suit, the judge wrote, was dismissed on similar grounds. Justin Mohn is scheduled to appear in a preliminary hearing February 8th. Let's get this, February 8th at 9 a.m. All righty. So, yeah, this is a twisted dude. Just to me, it's like, what's going on in people's minds? Don't drink the water. I wonder how far he was from Coburger. I wonder I'm going to maybe check it out and see see the vicinity. Just find out where not to drink the water or something. I wonder who his prison pen pal will be. Okay, so guys, that's what I have right now. Wasn't a long one, but I did want to touch base with you on it. I'll watch out for this February 8th hearing. And if anything else, hey, Bruja, if anything else pops up, I'll make sure that I get it out to you as well. So yeah, I'll go through some more of his documents, but that's what it's looking like. He lost his brain because he owed a bunch of money that he couldn't afford and started resenting the government. So that's my personal take on it. I'll go through those 400 and some pages. I think I'm on like 120 or something. And like I say, basically that is how it's looking to me, that he wasn't going to get his $10 million he was hoping for, and held it against everybody that was working for the government, the federal government. So thank you very much. I know it's a short one, but I appreciate you very much. Mods, thanks again for everything. I love you guys bunches, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.